If you're in the B2B space, and we talk about this obviously on Facebook within Facebook groups, which tends to be more consumer driven. If I'm running a landscaping company or something like that, maybe I focus where my consumers are, right? Part of marketing isn't being everything for everyone and being everywhere. It's being where you believe your audience is more likely to be when they consume information. LinkedIn groups in the B2B world is probably the most powerful social channel, and groups inside of LinkedIn are one of those powerful kind of networks, communities where you can build kind of your reputation through sharing relevant content by participating in group discussions. Again, I mentioned sharing that valuable content. Maybe you're collaborating with other professionals. And there's two types of groups from a strategy standpoint. You can join a group. So in LinkedIn, I can just search at the top up here, and I'm actually going to remove this. So let's say I search for the term small business owners, but then I can select groups. Then I can start to scroll down and look at even the member list of some of these groups and request to join. Now, here's what you don't do. If you don't own the group, self-promotion inside of these groups, just like Facebook, is really kind of a no-no, especially early. But here's what I think tends to occur and what I've seen when I've joined some of these groups. I'm a member of a lot of other groups. I try to be helpful and answer certain questions, right? Try to educate, share valuable content. What tends to happen next is someone looks at my profile. They'll literally go to my profile. They'll reach out to connect and they'll say, "Hey Zach, saw your thoughts on kind of email marketing. Would love to maybe talk a little bit deeper about how to apply that within my business." So what I've done is I haven't promoted necessarily my business outright inside of one of these groups unless someone is asking, right? Like, "Hey, do you have any recommended B2B marketing consultants?" I might say, "Hey, I do that for a living. I'm happy to chat for free, for an hour, see if it works or not. No obligation." But what happens more often than not is I'm in these groups, I'm adding value, and over time, I'm getting someone who directly reaches out to me on LinkedIn because they like what I shared. So that's another strategy within groups that I think could be very powerful. The other side is obviously creating your own group. So whether it's for customers, whether it's just for customers and prospects, kind of becoming the owner of a group so you can kind of gatekeep who gets in, but also you can control the content, you can control kind of the engagement, control the narrative, control kind of what is being communicated inside of those. Obviously, you've got to actively manage the group. You can't let it go stale or people just, won't join, won't look at it. But I think that can be very powerful as well in terms of a strategy. So what I'd say is explore if there are groups that you'd love to join. Think if you have the time and the bandwidth to create your own. Again, time and bandwidth is the big driver there. If you're going to create a group, you better make sure you manage it, you actively engage people, or people will not attend. I think most of the time the strategy could be, okay, I'm a member of these 5 groups. Let me pop in and just see what people are talking about. Let me write, 2-3 sentences here and there if I want to add value. Over time, you're going to have people want to connect with you, want to obviously learn about a little bit more about what you do from a product or service level, and all of a sudden you're generating business the right way.